Yo, welcome everyone to a brand new video, and today it's time for the WOR social race, and today we are racing around Zandvoort. So the season is over. We have finished P7 in the standings after all. Not too bad considering it's almost a full esports grid, and a lot of esports guys we have been racing against in the season. Now we are gonna do a social race, so not for any championship, but still good fun to do a good race. And I do like Zandvoort. It's obviously my home circuit, so I really wanted to race around here. I haven't done a race around here yet on this game. So that's why I was quite excited to do my first race around here. For now, this is our Q1 lap, and it was a very clean lap across the line. It's a 1 minute 7.999, and as you can see, the first lap was good enough to put ourselves in P3. So very happy with that lap. Just had to use one set of tires, and that means we will have two fresh sets of tires in Q2, and automatically means we will have two fresh sets in Q3. So now in this Q2 lap, across the line, it's 1 minute 7.8, and I wasn't too happy with that. As I said there, but there definitely was some time in the final corner, and now we are only improving with a couple hundreds. And now the final corner, this time we take it much better, hitting the apex, and we are up a bit over 500, and we're currently P13, so we need an improvement, and we are P7. And that's just about good enough. As you can see, we are P9. And I think Thomas Gau behind me was also only 6 thousandths behind me. So the gap between me and P3 and P10 was, I think, 300. So an insanely close qualifying around here, like always. And yeah, usually esports is even worse. Well, even better, depends how you look at it. The gaps around here are insanely close. But for now, it's time for our final Q3 lap. Our first sector is a 668, and in the first lap I did in Q3, we messed up in this corner, as you can see at the delta. Now we're going up, and we are 6 seconds up. But we need as much time as we can. Now our split is a 973, which is pretty good. You can do a pretty nice lap with that split. But now the final corner, you can see it on my face, I'm not happy with it. And we just took it too cautious there. But still, across the line, it will be a 1 minute 7.629.
I'll take that.
But the last corner was just off the limit. Still P5 though. But I think in the final corner we've lost at least over 500. So that's quite painful like looking at the gaps, because that would have been an easy P3. As you can see, final sector is a 6.5, and my best or a good last sector was usually
I've done 5.7
a 5.7. But anyway, let's get into the race. Here we are then at the start of the Zandvoort GP. We're gonna start on the mediums, and there are 5 red lights. And away we go, and it's Nicholas right behind us. He's on the hards, but he did have a pretty decent start. But now just gonna try and keep our nose clean, especially try and keep Nicholas behind. As he is on the hard tires, as Pookie just disappeared there. I don't know what kind of magic trick that was, but I think he was not happy with it. But yeah, we just kept it in P4, and now this is just an example how the next laps were going. Everyone just cooling their engine, nothing going on, all just chilling basically, as Kai Pearson now boxes in lap 13, and it's lap 15, and I was planning to box this lap to maybe try an undercut on the cars ahead, and still trying and overtake the cars who already have boxed before Jake and Thomas will approach. So you can see there are 4 cars coming out ahead of us, and they are all on at least 2 laps older hards. So yeah, again, about the first couple of laps, it's very hard to overtake around there. If you want to make moves, you have to use quite a bit of ERS. And now in lap 17 we have catched up, but we've used a bit too much ERS in my opinion. We didn't have to use that much ERS to catch back up, because we would have been behind them anyway. And now it will be a bit more of a challenge to get past them without getting below 10% ERS, as Jake and Will Lewis are boxing this lap, and we just set the fastest lap. You can see Jake Benham in the top left is 2.5 seconds behind. He is on cold tires though, so we'll probably extend to 3 seconds. As you can see, 3.2 seconds now. But also Thomas Ronner has boxed, and they will start catching us. But we are in a pretty good position here, as we can overtake the cars ahead of us before they will catch back up to us. But now we're gonna send it down the inside of Jack West. He squeezes us a bit too much there on the inside, but we can keep it ahead of him. But now into this corner, he puts his nose down the inside. He brakes too late and just completely pushes us off the track. It's unbelievable. And we obviously were not happy with that, as that cost us time and ERS. Yeah, that makes it a lot harder for us to get ourselves up. But now you can see Jack West, the same move, but this time he is the one losing time from it. And now we can go around the outside, again making contact, but with using ERS we managed to get past him. But yeah, it's just unfortunate we had to use that much ERS, and we lost a bit of time with it. Also didn't give the position back, which I was also quite surprised by. But anyway, now we're right behind Sergio Sobrino, and we're gonna go down the inside into this left-hander and leave him the space on the outside using ERS, and that's the move done. And that's us up into P3. But you can also see Jake in the top left. He's already in P5, and now he's already right behind us. So we messed up a little bit there, also because of the time lost with Jack West, because we could have already been in P2 if not P1, if we didn't got pushed off there. So now Jake is getting past us. He's on 2 sets fresher hards, 2 laps fresher hards, and that's apparently quite a big difference around this track. So yeah, not too much we can do, or we had to blast and use a lot of our ERS, but I don't want to do that. It's still quite some laps to go. And now Thomas Ronner is going down the inside. We squeeze him a bit, and then going a bit too deep onto the marbles, and that means no grip. So yeah, not ideal. He's also on 3 lap fresher hard, so he has even a bigger advantage to us than Jake. And now Will Lewis also on 2 laps fresher hard, also going for the move. He's on the outside, so we can defend a bit on the inside here, and we leave each other just enough space there, and we manage to keep it down the inside, leave him the space on the outside, and then try and break a bit later into this corner, and then he backs out of it. So we managed to stay ahead of him, and we can keep our P5 for now. But it's also Nicolas Longue who started on the hards, and he will come back to us on his mediums at some point, as Will Lewis is now going to try and go around the outside and maybe go for a switchback, but didn't work out for him there. And now in lap 26 it's Thomas Ronna who is very close to Ruben Pedreño, and Thomas is going down the inside and he's going a bit too deep and now pushes Ruben off the track, and that means we are back up to P4. So now we're in a bit of better position, and now you can see also in the top left Nicolas Longue is getting closer. He is now in P5, and now cars ahead are battling quite hard, and maybe we can get a position here, as Kai Pearson is obviously still on the 2 lap older hearts than we are, but he's probably managed to save a lot of ERS because he wasn't in any battles. And now you can see Thomas Wanna's off the track and he has grass on his tires, so now we can get ourselves back up to P3. So it's still around the outside there, and we are gonna try and keep it around the outside on this left-hander. He is ahead of us, he leaves us just enough space. Now we're gonna use our battery and he's not defending at all, so we managed to get P3 back with only 9 laps to go. So we got ourselves back up into a very nice position here, as we are gonna try and save a little bit of ERS now, if Thomas doesn't attack us too much. But I think onto this rail you can already see him coming. It's also Nicolas Longue in P5 in the Ferrari. He's gonna try and get a move done on Thomas, and now we're gonna try and break as late as we can and defend our position. It's Thomas around the outside, Nicolas on down the inside, and now they are side by side into this right-hander, so they will probably lose a little bit of time, which is good for us as we have a bit more room behind us. But as you can see, they're still very close behind us there. And now in laps 30 it's Nicolas who is right behind us. He managed to get past Thomas Ronna, and he also is very close to us. And then into this right-hander, he hits our rear first, and now we're gonna try and keep it on track, but he spins us round there. And that's race over, basically. Back, all the way at the back. That's over. In P17, very unlucky incident there. Nicolas also apologized right after the race, yeah, it's very unfortunate what happened. He misjudged it a little bit, broke too late, and then again didn't slow the car down enough to avoid us, as we were already almost touching the grass really on the left side, but then he still taps us round. So very unfortunate, as we were in a very good position and also right behind Kai Pearson and Jake. But yeah, it is what it is. Things like this happen. To be honest, just unfortunate. But the race itself was pretty good until then. To be honest, the pace was good. Happy with the qualifying as well. Jack already. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Jack wasn't there.